come onto your mats. Thank you for sharing that with me. I just love that narrative, fanning the fire that exists within us, building up that ember, building up the fire and light that's within us. And sometimes it can just come to a smolder, but knowing that it's still there. We have the ability to fan it and let it grow and let it grow and really allow that passion, that light to guide us into our lives. That's just such a beautiful visual analogy. So thank you for sharing that with me. We'll come onto our mat. You may want to have a blanket across the base of your mat. We're going to start today in rock pose. Your feet are together, your knees are together, and just let your upper body sink down toward the mat. Reach your fingertips behind you, let your forehead rest. And start to breathe. Natural breaths, inhales and exhales through the nose. Really fill the belly, breathe into the belly. Feel the belly expand onto your thighs. Feel the chest fill with your breath. Really fill your body with your breath. Full breaths in. And then pause at the top. Full breath out. Breathe it out. Really let it go. Release your body with your exhale, letting your body sink and soften. Then take a deep inhale through the nose. Breathe deep down into the belly. Feel the lungs fill up. Fully expand. Pause. Exhale, release. Let it go. With each exhale, let your body sink deeper and deeper into the mat. Really let your body go, releasing any tension that you can in this pose. This is a very grounding posture. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling anxious, this is a really great posture to help just bring you down into your body, connecting you to the ground. So it's a really grounding posture, really helping you to come into yourself, to get out of your mind, to get out of the worries of the future, the stress of the past. It's a very good posture to anchor you into the now, into this moment. Couple more breaths here, really consciously breathing into the belly, feeling the lungs fill up. Pause, find that pause. There's power in the pause. Then exhale, release, let it go. Full body breaths. Deep inhale, feel your body expand. Full exhale, feel it release. Full inhale, expand. Full exhale, release. Slowly, gently start to press yourself up, walking your fingertips forward. You're going to sink your hips down onto the mat. Elbows are going to come down. Really press your hips into the mat. Spread your fingers open wide. And then parallel your chin to the floor. And press your elbows in, really lengthening up your spine. We're activating that curvature in the spine. Focus on the breath. Inhales and exhales through the nose. Let your hips sink into the mat. Open through your chest. really gently start to walk your fingertips back. You can sink back gently, sinking your chest toward the floor for puppy pose, just really lengthening out your spine. Then press yourself up into your tabletop position, stacking your shoulders over your wrists, your knees under your hips, coming into our cat-cow transition. Inhale as your gaze comes high, arching the spine. Exhale as you round the spine, pressing through your palms. Really let your head hang heavy. Inhaling into your cow pose, gaze comes high, arch the spine. Exhale into your cat pose, rounding the spine, pressing through the palms. Inhaling into cow, exhaling into cat. Maybe you're thinking to yourself, keep going on your own breath. Jill, I'm so bored of cat-cow. It's kind of like I see cat-cow as brushing your teeth. So you don't wait, for your teeth to get disgusting or until you don't wait until you have to go to the dentist to brush your teeth. Brushing your teeth is maintenance. To me, cat-cow is spinal maintenance. So that's why we do it every class, because we're waking up our spine. We're getting the energy, the spinal fluid moving, because our spine is the superhighway of our body, sending messages throughout our body. So we're making sure that highway is clear of any debris and blockages. Find your neutral tabletop position. Extend your right leg long and bring it up and sink your hips forward. Hands can stay rested on the mat. So we're going to be here for 3 minutes. Don't worry, I'm timing. So you're going to sink into the pose as time moves forward. Sinking yourself forward. I invite you to bring your gaze slightly above and close down your eyes. Bringing your gaze to that third eye point. Really sinking into your hips and focusing on your breath. Full body breaths. Embrace the stillness. Really embrace the stillness. I'm going to come out of the pose, but you stay in it. I'm just going to adjust the music. For some reason, the playlist decided that it wanted to not continue, so I will get that going. I don't really want to start over again. All right. Hopefully that continues. Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes now. Really sinking into. Spend a lifetime trying to figure it out. Lunge forward. I'm going through changes now. Focusing on the breath. Eyes are closed down. Setting that focus internally. Connecting to that inner light, that inner guidance within you. And just listening. I'm going through changes, ripping out pages. I'm going through changes now. There are 4 components to our yin practice. So the first component is the pose. The next component is coming to your edge. The next component will coming to your edge and finding stillness. Then the time that passes while you're in the pose. And then the release. Those are the 4 components. So we're really getting into the connective tissues with our stillness. We're really creating the space for the body to stretch. In a big balloon. I'm going to change. I invite you to walk your hands out to the left. really opening up that inner thigh. You can even open up your knee a little bit if that feels okay in your body. Just finding your edge and then continuing to embrace that stillness. Focusing on your breath, noticing where the mind goes as you come into stillness.
Things could be different, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes, through all of the strangeness. I'm going through changes now.
Let's walk our fingertips back. Now nice and gentle and slow, let's press back, release your right foot back. Lift that right foot up. And I invite you to drop your foot to the right, drop your foot to the left, nice and gentle, squaring your hips. Release your foot down. You can squeeze it in and release it down. So good. We're going to shift to the other side, lifting your left leg back, walking it forward, bringing it forward, and then really sinking forward into your hips. Paralleling your chin to the floor, shifting yourself forward. Closing down your eyes, bringing your gaze to your third eye point, the point between your brows. Really focusing on your breath, embracing that stillness.
I will meet you in the sacred.
Stay exactly where you are. I will be right back.
No more building up these walls now. I will break them down with sound. Oh, I am open, let it be spoken, big as the ocean. Oh, my love, it knows no bounds. Yeah, I don't want you to be a stranger. I just want to call you my own, my own. I don't want you to be
focusing on your breath. Your mind is taking you outside of your space. Bring your attention and awareness back to your breath. Bringing you back into the present moment. I invite you to walk your hands out to the right. And maybe you even open up that left knee. Sink your hips down a little bit deeper. This is a really deep hip opener. So just embrace that maybe it's slightly uncomfortable because you're really coming to your edge. But as we cultivate that practice of embracing being a little uncomfortable on our mat, when we go out into our lives, and we get a little bit uncomfortable, we're able to recognize in our mind's able to say, hey, I've been uncomfortable before, I'm gonna be okay. So there can be, awkward social situations, or there's uncomfortableness occurs in life regularly. And often it can be an indication that we're growing, we're expanding our comfort zone because we're making ourselves uncomfortable. But we intentionally cultivate certain things on our mat so that when we meet them off of our mat, we're more prepared. And that's how you live your yoga off of your mat. Focusing on your breath, sinking into your hips. Walk your hands back and then release that leg out, release it out long. Drop to the right, drop to the left, centering out the hips. And then release that knee down. Come back into your tabletop. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, release. Now let's inhale our right hand high, open through your chest, bring your gaze toward the ceiling, and then exhale, thread the needle. Right hand reaches for the left hand side, right ear rests down, left hand reaches forward, and you really sink your shoulders into the mat and keep your hips lifted. Focusing on the breath. Squeezing the belly in. Letting that upper body sink down. Closing down the eyes. Inhales and exhales through the nose. This is a nice, gentle spinal twist. Twists are so good for our digestive system, detoxifying our internal organs. It's really good for your spine, but it's also a shoulder and chest opener. So we're opening up our hearts. Feel your chest expand with your inhale and feel it release with your exhale. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. Take one more deep inhale here. Stay for the exhale, release, let it go. Left hand comes back down to the mat. Right hand unravels, reach it up and place it down. Switching sides. Inhale the left arm high, open through your chest, bring your gaze high. Exhale as you thread the needle. Left hand reaches for the right hand side of the room. Right hand reaches forward. Really let your shoulders sink into the mat, keeping your hips lifted. If you can, press your shoelace side of your feet into the mat. And really use your exhale to release tension in the body, letting your body sink and soften down toward the mat. Closing down your eyes, focusing on your breath. Inhales and exhales through the nose. Deep inhale, feel the body expand with the breath. Exhale, release, let it go. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. Embracing the stretch, embracing the stillness, embracing the opening in the chest and the shoulders and the heart. Take a deep inhale here. Stay for the exhale, release. Right hand comes down to the mat, left hand unravels, reaches up, and place it down. Beautiful. Coming into our wide leg forward fold. You can do it, if you have a blanket, you can stay seated on your blanket, legs come out wide. Then really lengthen through your spine. Inhale as you extend. Exhale as you come forward. Coming forward just as deep as feels good in your body. Maybe you can sink your elbows down to the mat. Again, always finding that edge and then embracing stillness. Finding the edge and embracing stillness. Focusing on the breath. Allowing your breath to fill and expand. And with the exhale, you release. Becoming aware of where the mind goes. Where does the mind go? As you embrace stillness, as you come into this pose, into this practice. Maybe there's discomfort. You don't want pain, but you can lean in, like I said, to that edge, sinking your chest forward. Taking a deep inhale, pause at the top, and full body exhale, release. Deep inhale, pause at the top, full body exhale, release. Walk your fingertips back up. And we are going to come one more step deeper into our hips. So bring your feet back together. Now here, there's two options. We're coming into that pretzel. It's actually called, okay, so we have shoelace or cow face, or we have square pose. So square pose is your legs are crossed. You're one day stacking your knees over, or your ankles over, or your knees over your ankles, sorry. Then you inhale as you extend, exhale as you come forward. Second option is shoelace. So your left foot is extended and your right leg comes on top. Then you lengthen and come forward. Third option is cow face, or pretzel, as some like to call it, where you bend both of your knees, stacking your knees on top of one another, and you inhale and you extend forward. So really letting your body sink forward. Hands can come down onto your mat or the floor. And you have the option to really let your head hang heavy. Let your your body's weight come down onto your legs, really activating your outer hips here. I'm going to say something and then I'm just going to be silent and let you sit in the pose, whichever pose worked in your body. Hip openers, often we can have emotions that get stuck and they get placed in our hips. And if you think about when you have tight hips, that can be because there's some emotional stuff in there. So as we come into these postures and as we embrace the stillness, start to become aware of the emotional state. So you're coming into, stepping into the mind and becoming aware of the emotional state, anything that comes up. So I'm just going to be quiet and I'm going to let you connect and sit and connect to that emotional state, focusing on the breath, inhales and exhales through the nose. Feeling the body expand with the inhale and release with the exhale. Let's switch it out. Switching out your legs. So whichever pose you did on one side, do the same thing. So you're either stacking your left ankle above your right knee, or your right leg is extended and your left leg comes across, or your left knee is on top, coming into cow face. Then inhale as you extend up, lengthen through your spine, and exhale as you come forward, letting your chest sink down. You can let your head hang heavy, really activating those hips. Focusing on your breath, inhales and exhales through the nose. Focusing on your breath, noticing what comes up. Inhales and exhales through the nose. And let's slowly start to rise. Releasing your legs nice and slow. Maybe it feels good to slap out the legs, get that blood flow going. And we're going to come all the way down onto our backs. Bring the soles of the feet together. Supta Baddha Konasana. Hands come down by your side. Your feet can be far away, they can be close, whatever feels okay in your body. Close down your eyes, and this is going to be our Shavasana. You can place your heart, one heart on your hand, one heart on your belly, and come back to that breath. Take your 2-word check-in. How do you feel in this moment? Acknowledging, being present to anything that's inside of you. Taking a deep inhale and exhale, release, breathe it out. Let the body sink and soften. So wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, pressing yourself up, coming into your easy seat. Hands come through heart center. Take a deep inhale, fill your body with your breath. And exhale, release, let it go. Gently rock your upper body right and left. Bringing some mobility, do some big circles with your upper body. Switch directions. Come through center. Thank you so much for being here today for our Yin class. It is always my pleasure and my honor to guide you through this practice. The light in me sees, honors, reflects, and encourages the light in each of you. Namaste. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and you find a way to fit your yoga into your weekend. Know that you can go back and do any of the recordings, and I will see you on Monday. Bye-bye.